Hello Scorpio, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, my psychic friends? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Scorpio, we are going to look at your reading for the week ahead. Whenever you find this reading, Scorpio, you know if you've been here before, if you're my ride or die Scorpio, you know that it's either whether you find it today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. These are always predictions. Let's find out what's going on for you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you are brand new and you've just arrived, welcome. I hope that you'll stay. We like to be in the comments around here. There is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this window where I live. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ooh-wee. Triumph. Something is going to turn out good for you here, Scorpio. We've got the Chariot energy. You are racing to triumph here. What else do we have for Scorpio? We do have Sacrifice. These are both, all three of these are major arcanas in this deck. So Sacrifice is the Hanged Man. And I do feel like there is some sort of perspective that you're gaining here. That's what it feels like. It feels like there is perspective that you're gaining so you can be standing in your personal power here. We do have the Strength card here. It feels like you're trying to find the courage to gain triumph over something here that you have had perspective on for a while. You've been hanging here, figuring out what is it like to be at the end of the rainbow. I feel like it's an emotional decision or perspective that you have here. This person's halfway to their waist in water here. Emotions. What else do we have for Scorpio? We've got Come to the Edge. So there is something that you've been thinking about, Scorpio, that you're about to take action on, I want to say. That you are trying to find the courage to make a decision about a perspective that you have. And I feel like the decision is coming in the week ahead, because we do have you right on the edge here, right? You can see this person is in toe shoes and point shoes, and they're right on the edge. So it feels like coming to the edge tells me you're sort of looking over the edge and making decisions. What should I do at this point? We've got card number 36, which is a 9. That is Hermit energy, but also says September. We're in the 9th month, right? So it does feel like after some sort of perspective, you are making some sort of decision about moving quickly towards something here. One more card. We've got Flexible. Be flexible in the mind, my friend. Now, the thing is that we do have card number 19, and card number 19 is the Sun in the tarot. So I feel like if you can be flexible with the way that you're looking at this perspective, you're sort of looking over the edge before you take the leap as the Fool. You're trying to find the courage to move at something quickly here. For some of you, the thing that you're going to move at might be something that is from the past. So maybe you have thought about it, got a different perspective on it. You're coming to the edge, looking over, figuring out if this is what I want. Maybe you're far more flexible now than you were when whatever it was in the past, but we can't ignore that the Triumph card, right? The Chariot is facing into the past. So for some of you, you might want to be going back to the past to get somebody. You don't have to be, of course, because this indicates here that you're looking over the edge about a perspective that you need to be flexible on in order to look into the future and get this power. We've got new life. There is some sort of new cycle that's coming up here, my friend. It's a brand new cycle, but I feel like the cycle does not take off unless you decide it does. You have to make the decision. Scorpio, if you're interested in a private reading, or if you are interested in joining the member group, the member area, please look at the comment that is pinned to the top of the comments. Tell me about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What does Scorpio want triumph on here? Why does Scorpio want triumph, and for what reason? I feel like the universe is tapping you, pressuring you to go. The sacrifice that you're making here, that, you know, whatever you're trying to get a perspective on, I feel like you've kind of stopped or paused. Could be something that has to do with a partnership. We've got card number 12, which breaks down to a 3. And the flexible part of it is having a new beginning, because 1 and 9 is 10. And when we take 10 and break it down, it breaks down to a 1, which is a new beginning. Tell me about triumph for Scorpio. So The Triumph is coming up with the Seven of Swords. It's very interesting here. I feel like you've been lying to yourself about something here. It does feel like, it feels like the triumph you want is over a broken heart. We do see that this person is holding 3 swords over the left shoulder. I feel like you're trying to make a decision because it feels like you may have left something behind. And what you're trying, it feels almost like you're trying to talk yourself into saying, you know what, I just left it behind because it needed to be there. But I feel like you really are feeling that you left something behind. Tell me about coming to the edge. We have the 3 of Swords. Is it going to break my heart if I take the leap? I feel like you're trying to gain wisdom about that. Tell me about sacrifice. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. Is it going to be unrequited love? I feel like there is somebody here who's making a decision about moving towards someone who they feel may not feel the same, or they're not sure if they feel the same. Scared to have a broken heart because of unrequited love is something that a lot of people go through every day, right? A lot of people come to the tarot reader and don't talk to that person because they're scared they're going to lose that person. I feel like you can't be scared to lose the person. When the Knight of Cups is in the reverse, the Knight of Cups to me is unsure of the feelings. I'm unsure about how I feel. So maybe you're either unsure about how you feel, that's why you're trying to get the perspective, or you're unsure about how they feel. Tell me about flexible. This person is being flexible on top of an egg. Something is about to be born. It's a brand new something here. We've got the Emperor. Ooh-wee. Look, you're going to have to make some sort of a really big decision, and it's on you. I'm just going to say, there's nobody you can ask for advice. It feels like it's on you. And whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, it's on you. I feel like you're the person who is battle ready, I want to say, because you've got your armor on underneath the clothing here. You're ready for a fight. We're all going to get in a fight, so... Still a rock star. I got my rock moves and I don't need you. Okay, so that's pink. And yeah, that's pink. So I feel like what you're saying here is I really don't need this. I don't need the person. I don't need to be brokenhearted. I don't need to be dealing with someone who maybe doesn't feel like I do. Like, that's what it feels like here. But it feels also as though you feel like you've left somebody behind here. And I feel like you do want victory. I'm just going to say, oh, I just noticed the red flag. Just going to say, is this a red flag situation? Are you missing the red flags because you're moving too quickly? That's something that is personal for you. You'll have to think about that. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Got these Seven of Cups. Confusing. I'm not really sure. Do I want to go back to that? Do I want to go back there? If you're not the one who wants to go back there, I'm not reading about you. This is someone who's really struggling with whether or not they should go back there. We've got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse because I don't usually get reciprocity. I'm not sure if I'm going to get reciprocity. I left this person behind. It feels like it was your decision to break away or move into the future or decide to not speak with this person anymore. And I feel like you're not giving them reciprocal energy anymore. So the confusing part is, did I really leave them behind? Or were they a red flag and they should have been back there the whole time? We do have the King of Pentacles. Can I get stability here? Do I want to settle down? Like, there's so many things going through your mind so quickly. I think that's, the person on the horse, their hair is blown back and they're carrying the red flag. And I feel like you're not really sure if this is a situation you should be worried about. Does the red flag mean royalty? Does it mean that you're going to get the victory, or does it really just mean what it is? Is it a red flag? So I feel like with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse here, it feels like maybe you're not sure if you're going to get reciprocal energy. But it does feel like you want to settle down, or you want to get stability. Look, for some of you, maybe it's not even that you want to get back together with a person. Maybe it's just that, look, I need to stabilize the situation because I'm feeling badly about it. It feels confusing and overwhelming. The Seven of Cups is here. Tell me about the Three of Swords and the Come to the Edge card, please. To to the edge of heartbreak or heartache or disappointment. Will I be disappointed if I take the leap? Because I feel like your toes are at the end of the cliff and edge of the cliff and you're looking over. Can I survive the drop? Will I land on my feet? Right? We do have the 10 of Cups. We have the Empress. And we have the Six of Wands. So you want to have victory with the Empress. And I feel like you see the Empress as all 10 cups, as the absolute emotional happiness, that you would never be any more emotionally happy than when you were with the Empress, or when you will be with the Empress. It does feel like with the Six of Wands that you have a lot of people around you who are giving you a lot of input. And I feel like you're watching them and listening to them, but I feel like your ego is telling you to just tell them to back off. I feel like you're a person who gets a lot of attention. You might be somebody who doesn't usually settle down. You might be someone who is interested in the Empress, and you're in this energy of, do I want victory with the Empress? Because it feels like you've been through a lot of things. Everything that came to kill you made you stronger. You've been through a lot of trauma in your past, and some of it might have to do with relationships or family. It could be the way that you were raised. So I feel like you're sort of on the edge. You're ready to make some sort of a decision here, Scorpio, about the Empress. Because I feel like you know that your happiness is with the Empress. But am I going to get my heart broken? Why do you think you're going to get your heart broken, Scorpio? The Fool. The Nine of Swords is in the reverse. And the Four of Pentacles. You think that maybe jumping in might be too quick. I feel like you're no longer going to worry about that, because I feel like you are in this energy of not really being very vulnerable. Look, I feel like if you don't show this person your feelings, if you really want them, then, the Three of Swords is going to happen, because the Four of Pentacles is here and you're still holding on to worry and memories. And it does feel like, look, the Fool is looking into the past as well. If I try this again, and it doesn't even have to be like it doesn't feel to me that it is somebody that, for some of you, that it's somebody that you know. It feels like, is the cycle going to repeat itself? Look, you can have a crash and burn cycle with somebody, right? And then you're worried that that's going to crash and burn the next time you get into that cycle with a different person. Because if you don't change what you've done, then it's just going to repeat the cycle. So I feel like you're kind of closed off. I feel like you're not really worried about that, but you're wondering, should I take a leap of faith? Because it does feel like this Empress is somebody who brings you complete and total happiness. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. I think you're trying to figure out whether you have enough feelings for the Empress to even bother. We do have the Strength card. You're trying to gain your courage here. And I feel like you've been trying to hold back your feelings or disconnect emotionally from the situation. And the Nine of Wands is telling me that you're exhausted. You're exhausted with trying to withhold your emotional energy. You're exhausted with just things going the same way over and over and over again, where you keep having to detach and be courageous and move on. And I feel like you want it to be different this time with the Hanged Man energy and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. It tells me you're trying to gain perspective before you move forward here. Trying to find the courage to hang here and get my perspective before I decide to move forward. It feels like somebody here is really, really scared to get hurt. All right, the Emperor is going to have to be flexible. Look, the Emperor is not really good at being flexible. I'm just going to say. I feel like you want to be flexible, but I don't think you are flexible. Look, a flexible mind is a healthy mind, but I don't think you're necessarily flexible with the Emperor here. The Emperor is kind of like, my way or the highway. Are we having this new beginning or not? Tell me about the Emperor. We do have the Six of Cups. We have the Five of Wands. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to wait. Yeah, I feel like you're going to wait. I feel like there is a new beginning. You're on the precipice of a new beginning, but you're beating yourself up way too much to be able to make a decision. It feels like you feel that there's going to be way too much energy that I have to put into this. Is this something I really want to invest in? Do I want to do this all over again? It's contemplation or evaluation. I need to really evaluate the situation. The thing is that we do have the Six of Cups here, and I feel like that the pull that you have to the Empress is really strong. Because if you two are not... if you don't know each other in this life, like the pull is really strong. It feels like lifetimes upon lifetimes. We do have the Emperor and the Empress, right? Yeah. I feel like there's two people who are on the same wavelength now, and maybe they haven't been on the same wavelength. And maybe that's why you left this person in the past. Maybe you had to catch up to them, or they had to catch up to you to be in the same vibration here. Just want to know what the outcome is here with the Emperor. We do have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. It does say flexibility. There's a Tower coming here, and we do have the Three of Cups. I feel like you are going to go get the Empress. Yeah, or you're going to go get... I feel like whoever the Emperor is going to go get the Empress. That's what it feels like. There has to be a reunion here and a celebration. That's what it says here. The Tower's being forced here. The universe is saying it's time for you to move forward and have a reunion here. It's time for you to be flexible, right? The Seven of Wands is in the reverse. This is the flexibility. It's time for the Emperor to learn a new lesson, I feel. I feel like you're learning a new lesson of flexibility. You need to get out of this my way or the highway energy, and if you don't, I don't feel like this can be yours, because the Empress is somebody who is the Emperor, but in the feminine form. So this is somebody who is going to treat you like you treat them. They are your mirror, right? I feel like this person is somebody who makes you really happy. They give you a lot of attention. You feel really attractive around them. The Empress is what I'm talking about. The Empress is someone who gives everything, who gives it all. And the Emperor is somebody who I feel wants to have that, but is really fighting themselves, reevaluating the situation. I feel like it's going to take a Tower to get you to have this reunion. I think that's what it is. We've got the Two of Swords in the reverse. Look, I feel like you've already made the decision with this courage here that there is a new life that is coming here. Oh, look, we've got 12 here, and we have 12 here, so 12, 12. This might be a twin flame union or a reunion with two people. We do have the Two of Swords. We have the, in the reverse, we have the Star in the reverse, and then we have the Hanged Man again. So I feel like you're making a decision because you're starting to lose hope, and you don't want to hang here forever and get stagnant in this energy. What you want is balance. The Justice is here. So I feel like waiting for them is never going to work because you're dealing with an Empress. So the Empress is not going to chase. I feel like you want the long-term love relationship with this person, and you're charging in to tell them. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Scorpio, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys, and I'm out. Bye-bye.